Welcome back to War Thunder, and welcome aboard the Romanian premium German Bf-109 G-2. And I have no gun pods and no bombs equipped, because in this, battle I want to try out how the plane would really feel by itself. And I wanted to go away a bit from the jet grinding and the high tier tanks and just enjoy a good old flight in a Bf-109, because Bf-109s are awesome, right? Yeah, it depends. I've already made another video and even uploaded it, but after this battle I think I can scrap that video. Have my opinion changed? No, I just have simply better footage, and you get the full 30 minutes of awesome, exciting gameplay, full in your face. Now, here I have to say the team was... certain people tried their best, others were just not up to the task of playing in a German team. I'm recording this like 10 minutes after the battle has ended because I needed a bloody break. And, I wanted to make good videos, and the footage is certainly worth it. There are kills in it that are just mind-boggling. I just couldn't believe what the enemy allowed me to do, okay? But you also can see certain parts of the struggle that I'm really, pointing out on German aircraft. One of them is the instructor or the control overwriting, or overall the precision of the plane. Now, for some people, they don't get it when I talk to them and tell about it. But we have in this battle enough time to talk about it. So, get some popcorn, get a beer, make yourself a comfortable place in front of your PC or wherever you're watching this, and watch the shit show. Or the awesome part, whatever you want to see in this battle. Maybe this is one of the battles that is average to you, but for me it was, again, outstanding and showed me why I kind of reject Bf-109s lately. Now, about Bf-109s, it's not so obvious where I draw the line. But there are Bf-109s that I love. No, I'm not kidding, that I fully love. And the A variant, the Flegels Bf-109, is a really nice low tier premium. A fantastic starter plane that teaches you how to boom and zoom, energy fight, and not to turn fight. But many people then will say, the armament. Well, the armament is actually not the problem. It's embracing it. Big tip here, if you use the machine guns, use omni-purpose belts. They hit hard. That's at least my experience. Then there is the Bf-109 B1L, much the same. And then we come to the E-Series. E-Series, I love the E1, do not really like the E3, but then we come to the Bf-109 E4 and the premium version from the Thunder... from the Dog Tags, from the Thunder League. Both the E4 and the E7 U2 are completely over the top and overpowered, in my opinion. I love them. And there are so many people that would agree. Then we come to the Friedrichs, the Fs. F1, it's okay. F2, something for specialists with the armament. Then there's the F4. I do not like the F4. In arcade back in the days, I loved the G2 always more. And then we come to the G variants. The G2 is still okay-ish. The G6 is a different breed, and then we have the G10 and the G14 and also the K4. Those are powerful planes, but they just face so much more powerful enemies, to put it very briefly in perspective. Now, here we have our first customer, and this fellow here in the Seafire, well, we will see of him a bit more in this battle, at least in the beginning. So, then we also have the Focke-Wulfs, and I love the A1. I also have good battles in my A4 and A5, but everything else is very opportunistic and relies on the flaws of the enemy team in particular. You get good results, but don't get deceived by how you get the kills. In head-ons, or when you feast on bombers, or you just try to help out enemy teammates. Well, the enemy team always have so many advantages, and that just feels always a bit strange when you think about it. That the Allies, in my opinion, have better aircraft, but they fail miserably using them. A simple roll out of the way and I can't do anything. I'm like dead in the air. Look how the plane is just nearly dead in the air. And there is a P-47 and he runs away. I cannot possibly catch him. And by chasing him down, I would lose all my altitude, so I have to keep it. And I have to help this Focke-Wulf 190. And I have to get rid of the Seafire. I really have to do that. I know a lot about, turn fighting. I know a lot about energy fighting, boom and zooming and all in that theory. The problem is that planes like the Bf-109s just, rarely get into the position because you're equally on an altitude with a Seafire that just can better accelerate, better turn and better shoot than you. So where is your advantage? And I talked to many people lately and I asked them about their brief, opinion. There we could see a brief example, P-51 going head on with the G-55. Clearly the P-51 is a buff. So and they all agreed to me that the Bf-109Gs offer no advantage at all compared to the opposition. Then there's this F4U and he just still insists on hunting down this A8. And even I have so many issues by controlling the aircraft. My rudder locks up out of nowhere, and this is again one of the issues that I see with Bf-109s. Suddenly out of nowhere the rudder locks up and the plane doesn't go where you go, and then there is the usual input that you do with all other nations' aircraft that do not work with the Bf-109s. That they have less turn capabilities, less energy retention, and just hang dead in the air like a leaf in autumn on a tree is just another discussion. But that you have no controllability, no precision in the plane is another thing. And that has to do with my good old friend, the instructor. I hate you, I hope you get shot soon. See ya. So, that's about the instructor. And all that combined leaves me just with a bittersweet taste in my mouth when I say I don't like the Bf-109Gs. I can't stand them. I can't stand their behavior, I can't stand their performance, and yet I managed to get kills in it. But to a very big degree thanks to the help of the enemy team. Now here we have a little scene that I really wanted to show you against the Seafire. And please watch closely to how the rudder behaves and how I overcome it by hacking in, manual controls over the keyboard. So this is, I guess, called defensive flying, which I did since the beginning of the time, but people said that's the dirty little secret of the Germans. You can do it better with every other nation's plane. And of course, I can't hit the Seafire. This is also the other problem, and the aircraft is just dead in the air. And if you do not really manually control everything like rolling and so on, which I know how to do and how I get used to it, but still it's such a big struggle all the time. So I turned around because another Bf-109 engaged the Seafire. This is called teamwork. There is no baiting, I guess, but everybody desperately tries to get this guy in front of his cannon, and he killed the other Bf-109G in sort of head-on, and I tried to get in shots. A lot of 20mm hits and machine gun hits, and yeah, my flaps just rip off. And this guy is scissoring with me. If he just would go into the vertical, he had me dead by now. And I had to manually hammer in the controls into the rudder, and suddenly one of the mine shells worked. It didn't spark, and it worked after I hammered him before. He threw away so many advantages. He threw away Such a good plane. And this is what Gaijin then looks at, really, what Gaijin looks at in their statistics. Oh my, the BF-109s are so good, I guess everything's alright about them. Let's buff the planes around them. Let's increase the repair costs. You know, at the end of the day, I really have to question Gaijin's development team at times. Are you guys really playing the game? You know, just asking. Now, you might sit here and say, wow, you're ranty today, aren't you? Yeah, I'm a bit grumpy. But at the end of the video, you will understand why. Because a lot of the footage is just mind-boggling. And I wanted to land. I see this P-47 and I think to myself, has he seen me? Has he remembered me? And he's flying in a way that I don't know what to think about. And this guy really gave me some thoughts. Yeah, clearly he saw me. I wanted to land here on this field runway, so to speak, to rearm, refuel, repair my flaps and all that. I'm not in a critical state, but I'd love to have myself rearmed for the upcoming fights, because better safe than sorry. And look at this guy. He zooms up. That gave me the thought, well, he's a bit of a passive player, and I saw for a brief moment that he was a P-47N. And the P-47N is an awesome plane. It's such a marvelous piece of equipment. I love it. So I use here some defensive tactics that I learned in biplane fight, for example. As crazy as it sounds, I go relatively close to the bottom and he cannot follow through the boom and zoom, because otherwise he would at some point ran into the ground. But because it's a P-47N and he has the opportunity to do so, he actually went for you know, going for me. And I have no idea what he is about to do. If he just runs, he could outclimb me and ultimately shoot me down. What is he doing? What the hell? He had me. He had me. I'm in a way inferior plane that I have to fight to make it work. And he just threw away his plane. Because to players like this, the battle rating of allied aircraft get reduced. I'm really speechless here about the, I don't want to say incompetence, but I face that on such a regular basis that I have no idea what to say. So, can I finally land? Finally? Oh, there's a B-17. Okay, I'm not... Oh, there is an A-26. That's a problematic plane, because he's actually pretty fast and has some nasty 50 caliber defensive gunners. And we know all how defensive gunners work in this patch. And this is another part that I just wanted to point out. This Pivetta, he was in a Focke-Wulf. He was harvesting, you know, the AI Sturmovix. And I told him, hey, go for the A-26. Hey, what are you doing? He's not helping me. Hey, wake up! Wake up, man! You know, with teammates like this, you don't need enemies. I swear to you. So can you understand why I'm pretty grumpy at the moment? So it's not very enjoyable to watch the video, I know. But, you know, you have to go through the flow of the battle. There is now the A-26 left and a B-17. And the match is now around about 14 minutes old. I don't want to go into a head-on with the A-26. I don't have enough ammunition, I don't have enough guns. So I'm not quite sure what I can do. Yeah, and he clearly went for me. So I tried to actually hunt him down, but then I think to myself, no. Let's go back to the airfield. I mean, he's going in the direction of the Focke-Wulf, surely the Focke-Wulf will see him and go into head-on. And against the Focke-Wulf that has full ammunition load, you know, that's debatable if he still has it after hunting so many bots. But even 20mm are so much more than my single 20mm with just 61 rounds left. You know, I can do stuff, but against bombers, it's not good enough in my opinion. Okay, that's my opinion. It's not good enough. So I'm here approaching the landing strip and barely keep the plane in the air. I really have the feeling that at some point the planes just want to fly, want to just fall out of the sky. I'm sorry about this, but I don't have this feeling in any other nation's aircraft. Maybe the old P-51 flight model or the P-40. Certainly the very old F4U Corsair flight model. That was really horrifyingly bad. You know, the C in particular, like 3 or 4 years ago when I got it. So now I'm repairing, and I think to myself, what can I do? Okay, what can I really do now to influence the outcome of the battle? I have the option of going into the air like this, or to equip a gun port. And actually I decide myself against the gun ports. I still have the Focke-Wulf A5 and I see that he is actually somebody with rockets. So he says that he is returning to the base, and I think to myself, that's not a good sign. You know, there is an A26 nearby. What could possibly go wrong, right? Yeah, the A26 shoots him down. I have really no words. I'm really gutted here. I'm going into the air. I know that I have a certain advantage. I'm still in a fighter, you know. I'm still fully capable of putting both down. However, the B-17 is a flying fortress, and with a single 20mm, you know, I have to climb above him and then go into position, dive really hard on him, concentrate fire on one wing, and hope that my mine shells actually work. Maybe set an engine on fire, hope for the best, okay? There is just so much you can do. I do not have the pervert firepower of a Focke-Wulf, which just got shredded by the A26. Here you can see the traces. That was actually one of the ways for me to locate him. And he is putting down the pillboxes, and they're actually going towards the tickets. So they are threatening to put me under the ticket loss, so to speak. What to do, what to do. Okay, he is currently running in the direction of their airfield, and he's actually turning around. So I'm above him. And yeah, by the way, I have to use manual engine control because my engine is always threatening to overheat. So this is also a change that I don't know when it happened, but before that, BF-109s never had the problem of overheating issues or overheating engine issues like they have now. Or am I wrong? Please let me know in the comment section. Now watch this. This is a perfect dive. He actually doesn't see me coming, and he does me actually a favor by turning into the right. That actually shortens my approach, and I butcher it because my plane doesn't want to go there where I actually pointed the mouse. So typical. And he is... oh, did you see that? That was a single 50 cal going through my pilot. If my pilot skills wouldn't be, you know, spec'd for, I guess, survivability, I'd be dead now. I'd be dead. My pilot is wounded, bleeding, I don't know, a foot is shut off, I don't know. He's orange, oh no. I have an orange pilot. Orange pilots are never that good to have, because with the second shot, I'm dead for good. And there you can see, I cannot really catch this attacker. I cannot catch this attacker. I'm in a fighter, you know. And he hammers in the 50 cals. He's threatening me. He's actually doing it very, very smartly. Or very, very smart. What can I do? What can I do? I want to take him down. He has taken damage already, okay? What can I do? I try some long range shooting, but you know, I don't have Hispanos, so those are just MG151s. And he is slowing down deliberately a little bit, but I'm already very close to the airfield. He's using his belly gunner. There is not much I can do. I cannot stay on target for too long. I try my best, but he's just moving. And I know that now he levels out to use his gunners again. I have to do evasive actions. There is not much that I can do. You know, another hit on near the pilot and I'm dead. Good burst into him, another smoke of the engine, but I have to turn away. I have to turn away. And now there comes tactical thinking into place. I just have 84 rounds left, a lot of machine gun rounds, and I saw the B-17. So the B-17, I believe, is heading for the, well, bombing points, and they are down. So he can at least destroy 2 of them, if not all 3 of them, and they would put me in a very bad situation from the tickets. So I have to deal with the B-17 in a damaged Bf-109 with just 1 cannon. That's gonna be fun. So I'm not even quite sure if I can catch him in time and, you know, climb above him. I hope so, but I'm not quite sure. And there are clouds, so maybe the clouds will help me. I mean, I don't know how far they are away, but this is my best guess. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. And I'm closing in, and my engine is overheating again, so I have to go off the web. Oh boy, oh boy. And for a moment I thought to myself, should I go for the vehicles? Should I go for the vehicles to bleed down their tickets, but if they work together, they could get such a massive advantage over me. No, I have to protect the bases. The best case scenario for me right now is to put down the B-17 in an attack before he can bomb the bombing points. Because if the A-26 Invader really wants to go for the ticket win, those 2 bases are a big bait for him. And they are relatively close to my base, so I hope for the best. At this point I have decided, after the attack run on the B-17, I need to rearm. I need to get the gun ports. But that's also tricky, because if you land the aircraft, repair and then bail out, and the game doesn't allow you to spawn in immediately by being the last player, your ticket bleed down. So, you know, I'm in a very tricky situation. And how to best go around it, that's not easy. So, at this point, I assumed that I'm somewhere above the B-17, and I focus on the right wing. Smoke both engines and get a critical. And I actually got away with it. And he flips a little bit over. So, does he go down? No, he doesn't. What to do? Okay, re-engage him. There is no other chance right now. I have to go for the kill. From the front, aim for the right wing, and I got him. Good stuff, good stuff. Actually, I'm not quite sure how I killed him. Was that a pilot snipe? No, it wasn't. So now I have 4 kills, my engine is overheating, but I'm close to my airfield, and there he goes down. Good. At this moment I was really like, I want to win this. I have put up so much nonsense right up, and I carried my team so far, and I got the kill on the P-47N and also on the Seafire, which were, you know, I have to say it, they were awesome. Thanks to those 2 guys to gift me those 2 kills. I don't think that much skill on my part was involved, except dealing with the rudder. So yeah, let's carry this. Let's carry this. So here, that's me being landed and about to repair, and I want to show you the process. You need to finish the repair, and then I leave the plane, immediately, as soon as possible, I select the gun pods and go into the battle again. And it's just a few split seconds before the tickets would have began to bleed down. So now I have gun pods because I don't want to play any games with this A26. The second I got him, I have to go for the dive. I have to go for the attack, and I just have to fill him with good German mine shells. You know, they're just good when they work. At this point, I was not quite sure where he is. By the time I have dealt with the B-17, I'm quite sure that he went back to base, repaired, rearmed, refueled, and is on its way to our ground units. So I just want to climb to 2,000 meters altitude, around about that, and then to activate a blind hunt, and then to dive on him. That's the theory. And then I spotted the dot. There he is. I don't need a blind hunt. He is very low, and yeah, there he is spotted. Here we go. So I still can screw it up, I still can throw the match, and I know this is just low tier, but this is something that I can take much more serious than chat gameplay, which is extremely unbalanced, even more than this. So, he really goes for the vehicles, and those are the vehicles that appear after a certain amount of time, and if you clean up a single spot, you gain a points advantage. You can do this 3 times, and hopefully that will give you then an advantage to such a degree that he might actually win the game. So by killing all the vehicles and then also bombing the 2 remaining bombing points, which are very low indeed, then he might actually have a good chance to win the game. I don't want this to happen, so I want also to position myself in a way that I could potentially intercept him from going back to his airfield, but also bombing the points, and this is tricky. At the moment I have him on the run, and he actually destroys a light pillbox with the 50 cals. Maybe he has the 37mm equipped, if this is the new A26. That's a possibility, I'm not quite sure, so I guess we never find out. And then he turns in. And this is the point that I was waiting for. And I do not go for the hard dive. I flip over and try to go behind him. He's going for the ground units. His gunner is hopefully not shooting at me. And I just hammer him. And I actually get a pilot knockout. And I just still continued firing. I wanted to shred this guy. Wow. You know, it felt really much more intense than it is now. It's now displayed in the video, I have to say. Tickets are bleeding down. I can't kill this R2M, but who cares really. And I got a survivor medal. The last man standing. The last man standing award. You know, to be honest, that is an award that I have not seen too often. And the rewards 11,000 modification research points and nearly 150,000 silver lines. You know, I kind of understand people that say those Spear 109s are awesome. Because when you win, it's deeply, deeply satisfying. Anyways, that's it for me today, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening, please give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies of War Thunder.